Hello YouTube, it's been a while since I've posted up a video about the 2019 Trek Roscoe 8. As you know, or some of you will know, I was going through and I've been upgrading the bike with different things, different components to make the bike better and more, give it more, a better performance, better ride handling, etc, etc. The main thing for me, this bike is really well balanced, and it's the best hardtail I've ever owned. But one of the things that I wasn't keen on, in fact, riding it, the grip was. How can I say this without really being negative? I'm just going to come out and say it. It was crap. The grip was absolutely crap, and it was all boiled down to the tyres. The tyres that come on the bike are, so we'll look over here, the Rocket Rons that come on the bike. Okay, and I'm not sure whether or not anyone is actually aware of what the Rocket Rons are like. They are like so bad. There's no grip. It's the first time I've ever rode a bike where I've turned into a corner quite high speed. All the tyre pressures have been correct. I've turned into a corner and both front and back wheels have drifted out over, and it was a really scary situation. There's just no grip, dry, wet, whatever. They're just a really poor tyre. So I'm used to riding on previous bikes. I'm used to every single bike I have as Hans Dampfs, Schwabble Hans Dampfs. No question about it. Love the tyres. Now a lot of people will put Hans Dampf on the back and a Magic Mary on the front. I'm one of these people who put Hans Dampfs on both, and this is what I've done. I've got the rear. There's a Hans Dampf, and the front is a Hans Dampf. Obviously 650B, and these are 28s. These are the widest ones that they do, and they are absolutely fantastic. This bike is now pinned. This bike grips everything. It is a fantastic handling bike, and it's just what I needed. It really is. Only issue I've got is the rear. The rear was the last one, the last tyre I bought. I was waiting for a delivery of the rear, and it is. I've set them as tubeless. I've never ever had a problem ever. All the time I've been trucks. I think I've been riding tubeless as long as the tubeless has been available, to be perfectly honest with you. But this rear has got a leak, and I can't for the life of me find it. I've just been around this morning with a paintbrush, soap and water, and dabbing even in between the spokes to see whether or not I've got a leak in the rim around the valve. There was a slight leak. It was a pinhole leak, but it was barely, like, there was just hardly nothing coming out. So I nipped that back up, but that seems to have stopped. I've been around the rim with the soap, nothing. There's nothing at all on there. So the only thing is it just could be that leak, but I don't see how that pinhole can release that much pressure. From going up from 28 psi straight down to, in an evening, straight down to, what was it, 19 psi. That's a lot of air pressure to lose. So, like I say, been around it, and hopefully that's now sealed. And the other thing I've done on the bike, and it's just doing the stickers, doing the decals on the forks, the factory Fox, the Fox factory 34s. But these stickers, I think the grey and the orange, I think they complement the bike, to be perfectly honest with you. I really do. Adjusted the seat slightly for the tilt. It was too far back, so I've as you can see through the brickwork there, that's pretty much where we want it to be. I had another go at the brake and the rear caliper, trying to get it to fit. Is not having it. Not the 180 mount fits, but the caliper just won't go in that frame. It's just not having it. So I've had to stick with the little bodge that I've done. Works fine, totally safe. Stops me on a two pence, but it's absolutely fine. Again, I keep waffling on through the videos about upgrading the crank. I have got a crank to upgrade, but with that's what came, and the running gear is actually what came with it, and I'm having no issues with it, so I'm not going to replace it until something goes. I will have to at some point change the chain, but I'll just go for a oh god, what's it called? The SRAM. Oh, that scared me. I'll go for the SRAM chain. I have SRAM chains on all the bikes that I have, can't fault them. So that's the only thing I would do on it. Other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. I mean, I know that us mountain bikers are never ever done with upgrading parts and what have you. We're like magpies, anything shiny straight on the bike. But I am. I can't think of anything. I mean, seat post. I mean, that's the original seat post that came with it. I've had no issues with it as yet. But I have a seat post up there, a RockShox that will go on there, a dropper if this ever fails. But I'll keep running it as long as I can. I mean, it'll still be under warranty anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to update you just to sort of give you the overall sort of look of what the bike looks like. Yeah, the tyres are tight with the gaps and what have you, but they're doable. They are perfectly doable. I think the 2.8s are a wicked tyre. Like I say, the grip is phenomenal on them. Running the tyre pressure low, especially the rear, running it low. I've got my forks set up for 100 psi in the forks. The front tyre pressure is at 16 psi, and the rear pressure will be at 14 to 15 psi. 15 psi was really good. That was kind of like my sweet spot. But 14 wasn't as good, but it gave you more grip on the climbs because you got the more of a tyre surface touching the ground and over the roots and what have you. But 15 was the sweet spot. That was what I found to really be, you know, performance was fantastic. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it, unless you upgrade onto something else. But yeah, this for me is the ultimate hardtail. Alright YouTube, thanks for watching.